Did you know that only 65% of women have an orgasm during sex compared to 95% of men? That gap isn't because women are hard to figure out. It's because most of us were never taught how the female body really works. Stick around, because today I'm breaking down the science of female pleasure in a way that'll make you a more confident and attentive partner. Welcome back to the Wellness Hub. Here, we talk about real science and real health and how to take care of your body the right way. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm Dr. Reena Malik, a urologist and pelvic surgeon. And today we're diving deep into the real science behind female pleasure. We're talking anatomy, arousal, the truth about the G-spot and squirting, and practical tips to help you enhance your intimate experiences. Let's get started and clear up the myths so you can focus on what actually works. Let's kick things off with the basics, female anatomy. Most people, men and women alike, get zero real education about this. And what they do learn often comes from pornography, which is far from accurate. The entire genital area is called the vulva, not the vagina. The vulva includes the outer lips, or labia majora, and the inner lips, the labia minora. These vary a ton in size, shape, and color from person to person. Long inner lips, short ones, it's all normal. Next, we've got the clitoris sitting at the top of the vulva, above the urethra and vagina, covered by a clitoral hood, kind of like foreskin on a penis. Here's the cool part. The clitoris is the only organ in the human body designed purely for pleasure. It's the most reliable route to orgasm for a woman. That little button you see? That's just the tip of the iceberg. The clitoris is a much larger organ, extending deep into the pelvis with two legs that wrap around the vaginal opening. It's got over 10,000 nerve endings, twice as many as the head of the penis. We only learned this recently, by the way. Before, studies on the clitoris were done on animals, and they estimated 8,000 nerve endings. It wasn't until about 5 years ago that we discovered the real anatomy and nerve count. So think about this. The clitoris has more nerve endings dedicated to pleasure than any other part of the body. It's not a side dish, it's the main event. Fun fact, the clitoris and penis develop from the same tissue. They're homologs, essentially the same organ, just arranged differently. So what feels good on a penis is a solid starting point for what might feel good for a female partner. The clitoris engorges, gets hard, and grows just like a penis. Below the clitoris is the urethra, where urine comes out, then the vaginal opening, a muscular canal for penetration. And below that is the perineum, the area between the vagina and anus. That's the basic lay of the land. Now let's tackle the G-spot, something every guy's heard about, and thinks they need to find like it's a magical button. Spoiler, it's not. Named after Dr. Ernest Grafenberg in the 1950s, the G-spot isn't a single spot. It's a zone about 1 to 2 inches inside the vagina on the anterior vaginal wall. This area is where several structures meet. The internal parts of the clitoris, the urethra, periurethral tissue, and the Skene's glands, which are like the male prostate, developed from the same tissue. This zone has a lot of nerve endings and can feel pleasurable for some women when stimulated, but it's got fewer nerve endings than the clitoris, so it's not the holy grail. Some women love G-spot stimulation, others feel nothing special, and some find it uncomfortable. All of those responses are totally normal. Research shows huge variety in sensitivity here, so stop hunting for the G-spot like it's buried treasure. If you want to explore this area, here's how. Start with external stimulation to get her aroused. Once she's ready, insert a finger into the vaginal canal and use a gentle come-hither motion. Pay attention to her response, go slow, and keep it fun. Sex isn't a treasure hunt, it's about connection and enjoyment. Here's where a lot of guys get it wrong. They rush to penetration, expecting instant fireworks like in the movies. But female arousal works differently. While men can be ready in 2 to 5 minutes, women often need 15 to 45 minutes. Why? Her body needs time for blood to flow to the genitals, for natural lubrication to kick in, and for the vaginal canal to lengthen and widen by about 200% to prepare for penetration. The cervix and uterus also lift up, called vaginal tenting, to make room. If you rush this, the cervix might still be in the way, making penetration uncomfortable. During arousal, her clitoris swells like an erection, the labia swell and darken, and her heart rate and breathing speed up. Some women get a sex flush on their chest or face, and nipples get erect. Then comes the plateau phase, where the clitoris might tuck under its hood from swelling, the lower third of the vagina swells, and the upper two-thirds keep widening. Lubrication continues, including from Bartholin's glands. The orgasmic phase can last 10 to 60 seconds, with rhythmic pelvic floor contractions, about every 0.8 seconds, in the vagina, uterus, and even anal sphincter. You can feel these contractions around whatever's inserted, making it hard to fake. Here's a big misconception. Wetness doesn't always mean arousal, and dryness doesn't mean she's not turned on. Lubrication depends on her cycle, medications, stress, hydration, age, or menopause, not just attraction. So use lubricant. It's cheap, makes things slippery, and enhances fun. Check my YouTube channel for a video on picking the right lubricant. Squirting is probably the most misunderstood part of female sexuality, thanks to porn making it seem like every woman does it. Studies say 10 to 54% of women have experienced squirting. The fluid comes mostly from the bladder but isn't urine. It's heavily diluted, with different chemical markers, including PSA, prostate-specific antigen, from the Skene's glands on the anterior vaginal wall. Think of it like this. If urine is coffee, squirting fluid is coffee-flavored water. Same origin, different composition. It's usually clear, doesn't smell like urine, and some say it tastes sweet. It's expelled through the urethra during intense arousal or orgasm. I've covered squirting on my channel and talked with Dr. Barry Komisaruk about it. He's got an interesting theory, so check that out. Here's the thing. Porn has hyped squirting as the ultimate sign of great sex, but it's not. If a woman doesn't squirt, there's no pressure to. She might not be able to or want to, and it doesn't mean the sex isn't amazing. Some women worry something's wrong if they don't squirt. Others are embarrassed if they do. If she squirts, great. If not, that's fine too. Focus on mutual enjoyment, not chasing a specific outcome. The good news? Her body gives you all the feedback you need if you pay attention. Watch for faster, deeper breathing, muscle tension in her thighs or back arching. Listen to her sounds, not just moans but breathing patterns. Notice if she's moving toward your touch or away from it. If she's pulling back or quiet, check in. Is this okay? Want me to try something different? Encourage her to guide your hand or mouth. If she's moving toward you, breathing harder, or making sounds, keep doing what you're doing. Consistency builds intensity. Communication during sex can feel awkward, but it can be hot if done right. Ask where she wants to be touched, invite her to guide you, and give positive reinforcement. I love when you do this, or this turns me on. Everyone's different, so what worked with one partner might not with another. You're not a mind reader, so ask. The best lovers focus on their partner's pleasure as much as their own. Use all your senses and explore her whole body. Neck, ears, breasts, inner thighs, lower back. Even feet can be erogenous zones. This builds arousal and can lead to stronger orgasms. Here's something critical. Women are more likely to reach orgasm when they feel emotionally safe and mentally relaxed. Stress, performance anxiety, or feeling disconnected can make it harder, just like it can affect a man's erection. Women are also more prone to spectatoring, mentally monitoring themselves during sex, thinking, am I taking too long? Do I look okay? Is he bored? This chatter pulls her out of the moment. You can help by showing you're enjoying yourself. Tell her she's beautiful, that you love taking your time, or, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Build intimacy outside the bedroom too. Foreplay starts in the morning. Send a sweet text, touch her gently, or help with chores to reduce her stress. This creates a foundation for desire and makes sex more fulfilling. Let's wrap up with 7 mistakes that can derail female pleasure. First, don't treat the clitoris like a doorbell you mash repeatedly. It's sensitive. Some women like direct pressure, others don't. Start gently, not directly on it, and see what she likes. Second, avoid being a jackhammer. Fast, hard, repetitive motions might look good in porn but can cause discomfort. Vary rhythm and pressure, and follow her cues. Third, don't change techniques when something's working. If she's responding positively, keep going. Consistency is key. Fourth, don't make it about you. Thinking, I need to make her climax, shifts focus from her pleasure. She might not always climax, but she can still enjoy the intimacy. Fifth, don't ignore her feedback. If she guides your hand, she's showing you what feels good. Don't take it personally. Sixth, don't rush to penetration. It takes women up to 30 minutes to get fully aroused, compared to 5 for men. Penetrating too soon can be uncomfortable or painful. And seventh, don't fixate on orgasm. It's a journey, not just a destination. Intimacy is enjoyable even without climax, so take the pressure off. Here's your homework. Plan an intimate session this week focused solely on her pleasure. Don't aim for penetration or orgasm. Just explore what feels good. Be curious, like a detective, and learn what she enjoys. That'll teach you more than any technique video or porn ever could. Sex is a skill. You'll get better with practice and attention. It's something we biologically crave, but you can be mediocre if you don't try new things or listen to your partner. If you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a zero-cost way to support us and helps others find this content, so they can live healthier, optimized lives. As always, take care of yourself, because you're worth it.